Salut YouTube. Allez, on est reparti pour du Capcom. On est reparti, ça n'a aucun sens. Bon, je suis pas très réveillé, je fais ce live, je dédie ce live à Slipknot, qui espère voir du Resident Evil 8. Je sais que Resident Evil 8 est prévu pour dimanche, et normalement il devrait aussi apparaître vite fait ici. Bon, on va voir, je pense qu'on va se taper beaucoup de jeux de merde, et Resident Evil 8 au passage. Donc, prenons. Oh putain, bordel de merde.
Hello everyone, welcome to TGS 2020
Ok.
online Capcom special program. We're about to begin.
Attendez, on va augmenter ça quand même. Je mets pas ma lumière là parce que j'ai vraiment une sale gueule de con, faudrait que je me lave et tout. Comment c'est le son Slipknot selon toi là? J'ai pas changé les trucs Twitch non plus, j'en ai rien à foutre là, c'est bon. Hein. J'ai mis Capcom spécial programme, c'est déjà pas mal. Hein. Si tu veux que je mette plus fort, tu me dis. C'est ton live là, c'est pour toi.
So let's get started with the first title. We'd like to call tonight's guest to the stage. So over here, could you introduce yourselves? Hi, my name is
on reconnaît là. On reconnaît.
One of the producers for Resident Evil Village. So for everybody watching, thank you for watching tonight.
Le mec tape quand même RO7 quoi.
That was in English, but his name is Peter Fabiano. Wow, look at all the comments. Everybody's really excited to kind of see the information that we're going to unveil tonight.
On dirait vraiment du RE4, hein, c'est ouf.
So today we'll be talking about Resident Evil series, especially Resident Evil Village. So we want to start by talking about Biohazard Village. Here's the latest trailer for those who may have missed it.
Oh putain de merde. Allez, on a bien fait de venir. Allez, j'allume la lumière. Désolé pour cette gueule. Même que d'hab, hein, mais encore plus amoché. Bon, par contre, non, sans déconner. Là, c'est le vrai lien que tu m'as envoyé, parce que la compression, elle est immonde, là. Tu déconnes ou quoi, Slip? Check-moi s'il y a un meilleur lien, là. Oui, je sais que c'est pas le bon titre, mais j'avais la flemme. Mais sans déconner, la compression, elle est immonde, là. Je suis en source, hein, 1080p 60. Comment ça va, Royor? Royor, faudra que tu mates la mini rediff, là, que j'ai posté dans vidéo de 5 minutes. Normalement, ça va te régaler. J'adore mon Royor, hein. Ouais, on est sur IGN officiel, c'est ça? C'est ouf, la qualité est dégueulasse. Du coup, ouais, c'était le deuxième trailer, ça. D'ailleurs, j'étais pas là au moment du deuxième trailer, je l'avais vu, mais quand j'étais chez ma chérie. On m'en avait pas parlé. Bon, j'ai trouvé le deuxième trailer sympa sans plus, voilà, il y a ces espèces de délire à la Tim Burton. C'est assez inédit pour du Resident Evil. Mais l'ambiance a l'air énorme et tout, c'est juste que le trailer c'est quasiment le même que le premier quoi. À la fin t'as une mini séquence où t'as quoi 4, 5, 6 loups-garous en même temps.
Mother's worried cries faded fast as the girl ran on, over vine, under branch, and into the forest deep.
Bah vraiment, c'est juste pour remontrer ce qu'on a déjà vu. Ah voilà, je parlais de ça. Du coup, bah le trailer d'avant, il nous a quand même bien spoilé que Mila, elle se faisait flinguer sa race. Par Chris en plus. Sauf si c'est un cauchemar, peut-être que les mecs ils vont oser faire le coup du cauchemar, ou je sais pas. Oui, pour ceux qui l'ont pas vu, d'accord, mais on l'a vu, donc ça marche, Rediffusion. C'est ouf, hein, on dirait tellement que c'est Resident Evil 4, quoi. Ça paraît dingue que derrière il fasse un remake du 4, tu comprends pas pourquoi en fait,
that
vu que
was
ça a l'air d'être un
so
remake du 4.
scary, right? Looking at all the comments, it seems like everybody is like, wow, that was really cool.
Augmenter un peu.
So, thank you. So, including videos, we have a lot more information to show you today. So, we thought we'd start with a summary and some other information. To start with, this game's story takes place several years after Resident Evil 7. Just like RE7, players assume the role of Ethan Winters, who's now living peacefully with his wife Mia. So that peace that he is living with his wife is shockingly shattered by Chris Redfield, who helped Ethan in the previous game. So after watching the trailer, I'm sure players are left wondering what Chris's motives could be, and how this changes the dynamic between the characters from RE7. We can't disclose these secrets today, but we'll continue to provide more information in the future. So in terms of the setting, as the title implies, this game takes place in a desolate, snowy village where all sorts of drama unfolds. So the interesting thing about this game is the village plays a central role, so much so that it can be considered another main character. And here we get a look at some of the creatures that have taken root in the village. As seen in the trailer, they move fast, they're very violent, and they sometimes hunt in packs. They'll become even tougher when they're organized and coordinating their offenses. But even in this creature-infested village, there are various residents that the players can expect to encounter along the way. So what sort of story is going to be waiting for you with all these interesting characters in Village? So we'll have more details about this as well, but you can look at the pictures that we have and kind of come up with your own ideals. So everything looks really cool, right? Like, just seeing it brings up all these kind of interesting, makes me imagine all the cool things that are going to be happening in this game. So is there anything else you can show us tonight? So yeah, we have something that we haven't shown anybody yet.
Allez, fais péter.
We have an interview
Et ça, c'était caché,
Pete
toi.
and with the
Et je
director
sais, c'est
Sato
peut-être que le
and
gros, c'est
with
le
the art
marché.
director Takano. So please take a look.
Beautiful,
So
terrifying.
a very beautiful but scary.
Ils ont fait un jeu de mots parce qu'il s'appelle Ethan Winter, un truc du genre.
For Resident Evil 7, we initially thought of Ethan as a character who would just act as a camera for the player, a sort of blank slate for the cam to project themselves onto. But from a story perspective, we realized it would be better to make Ethan Winters a character onto himself. And like, we really ended up liking who Ethan became, and we wanted to know what happened to him after Resident Evil 7, like what sort of life he would lead. So we started thinking that for the next stage, the protagonist really couldn't be anybody else but Ethan, and we figured this all out at a pretty early stage. We want to make sure Village was just as terrifying as Resident Evil 7, maybe even scarier. But, something you'll probably notice that's different from that game is that we changed the lighting a lot from what you saw in Resident Evil 7.
Ils ont vraiment du mal à nous montrer du nouveau gameplay, hein. C'est toujours la même
And
chose.
we think we really hit a good distance and made a terrifying and beautiful village.
And really grew them in scale for Resident Evil Village. Not only did we up the graphics and elements of survival horror, but we focused on making the world and the atmosphere all around it feel both beautiful yet terrifying.
So when we were making Resident Evil 7, we thought, is this still scary? We decided that in terms of game design, we would go back over everything that we did, and you can keep this in mind. We'd go back and we'd kind of reverse all the we'd rethink all the logic we used in the previous games. and try to make a really terrifying game. So compared to RE7, Village is a bit more catchy, a bit more easy to pull yourself into. That's one of the primary concepts we
Il tente
kept in
vraiment
mind
quelque
when
chose.
creating the game.
Avec
Now, in terms
Heroic,
of
ça
visual
j'aime
beauty and
beaucoup
the
la
way
prise de
we came to
risque.
it, I really left it all entirely in the capable hands of art director Takano. As Village's director, I tried to think about the feel of the game, like what are the emotional moments, where's the terror.
C'est assez impressionnant leur
beauty,
capacité
where's the
à
cruelty? Where are all these like
leur
feelings?
productivité quoi.
Thinking about all that sort of stuff is my main job, what I consider my main job when I screen this game. Now, when we think of the word village, it evoques a sense of closeness, of like a small, tiny place. But when you look at what you
Même
build
s'il y a
Village
deux
to be,
équipes,
it's sort of a
ça
colossal
reste
distance. It's got like this colossal distant
faire un
feel to
gros
it.
jeu comme ça tous les
We wanted to
2
give
ans,
the sense of
c'est
like
fort.
oomph, like a very sense of reality. So we did our best to make the mountains around the village look as fantastic as possible, to really give
Ça,
it
c'est
a wide
nouveau.
open vibe. We wanted players to walk through the world and be
La
like,
compression est
well,
immonde
I
par
didn't
contre,
think
c'est
of what I
chiant.
could actually go here, and wow, this is so cool and everything. So we thought a lot about how to create a game that you can make your own approach to, where you could figure out your own solutions to problems you face. This is something we decided to do a lot more with this game. So you have a lot more freedom than in RE7. We want players to experiment, to figure out things that work for them. We want everyone to think of Resident Evil Village as a horror movie that you can play.
Works really well to draw you into the world we've created. You want to take your time to fully explore the detailed environments and the fully designed set pieces. The only way that you could make it any more immersive, I guess, is to scan yourself and put yourself in the game.
Where did you find this guy?
Give me a break, Pete.
Hey, I only work with professionals.
But the forest greeted them with a dark, cold silence.
Ils
The bushes
remettent
empty,
encore le
and
trailer.
into the forest deep.
What is it with that creepy story?
It's just a local tale.
まあ絵本を使っ
まあさ
た理由はですね、すごくいろんなバ
So
ラエティに
we
富んだ作品
included
にな
a
る商品になる
storybook
な
in
と思ってたんで
Village
すね。まあ一番良く
because we had a
ないのは
huge
結構やっぱり
variety
い
of
ろんな
things
素材
that
が
we
出たんで
included in the
まとまり
game.
きらずにお客さんが
We
何だったん
realized
だろう
later
Bah,
that it'd be hard to
tu pourras
summarize
regarder les
all that,
rediffs.
and players might get
T'inquiète.
confused and think, what's this all about?
Pour voir comment je l'ai découvert.
That would be, not ideal. So we came up with this one storybook that would sort of summarize everything for people so they can understand the whole picture of the game.
T'aimes pas les
All
rediffs?
the little
Ok.
touches and ideas that the
Fait de la
designers
peine.
add are fully realized and come together once you make it through the entire game.
僕はそうですね、ヴィレッジは
Village to me is
僕はやっぱりそうですね、イーさんっていう一人の人間の
this kind of story of Ethan, this one
イ
guy.
ーさんっていうそのキャラクターの一つの、すべイーさんのすべてを描く
D'ailleurs, Remus, ce con.
だと思ってます。
So probably the entirety of who he is just kind of brought into a one single
イーサン・ウィ
game.
ンターズっていうのを最後まで見届けたいと。
For the Ethan Winters that we created in Resident Evil 7, I wanted to see where his story ended up. And I think that's kind of one of the main
Ils ont fait que des jeux de mots, hein. Il y a
Resident Evil Village.
Village et le 8 dans Village. Ils disent Winter comme tout Ethan, alors qu'il s'appelle Ethan Winter. On dirait que tout est basé sur une vanne. Ils ont dit Resident Evil 4 Remake. En fait, c'est...
Wow, that was really cool. Oh man, look at all these really
Qu'est-ce que
nice
j'avais fait pour
comments.
Resident Evil 7?
Some of these comments are
They
like,
don't
let
stop.
Ethan have like a peaceful life, come on.
今の映像をご覧いただいて、我々が
If you watch the video we just showed,
どのようなサバイバルホラーを目指しているのか、
you can probably see what sort of survival horror we're trying to make with Resident Evil Village.
開発スタッフ一同総力を挙げて良いものをお届けできるように、制作をしています。
We're hard at work
今しばらく
on Resident Evil Village, so and we're doing everything we can to deliver an amazing game. So stay tuned for more information.
次世代機
So we do have one more thing to report.
開発を進め
While Resident Evil Village is being developed specifically for next generation consoles and PC,
Xbox One
we're looking into delivering the experience on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as well. We're looking into it, but we can't make any promises. However, we will do our best in creating a top-tier survival horror experience on current generation consoles. Hopefully we'll be able to share some more good information. Wow, that's really exciting, right? So keep tuned for more information on this front.
Bah dimanche,
So
slip,
that is going to be it for information on Biohazard Village, but I hear we have some more information to share with everybody from something else. Yes, we have the 25th anniversary of the first Resident Evil coming next year on March 22nd, 2021.
La sortie du jeu.
So we're here to kick things off with this year. So we've created 2 mascots for this anniversary, like a cute one and a really cool one. And this one's like super cute, right? So the one on the right is Raccoon-kun, or you know, Raccoon. He is the mascot of Raccoon City. Now we have one more thing to show you, and that's this right here.
Au Silver, comment ça va?
Wow, look at it. That's like all the characters.
Oh
So many
putain, il y a
characters I
Jack
remember
en
from
plein milieu
the
là.
Resident Evil series.
C'est ouf que Jack il soit en plein milieu, ça n'a aucun sens.
Man, it's been forever since this came out. 25 years is a long time, right? Like, you know, back then I was still a student when it came out, and you know, like Nike Air Maxes and stuff were out, beepers and whatnot. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank each one of you. The reason why we're able to continue this series is because of all of you, of our fans. And I hope you enjoyed what we showed you today. And we have plenty more information to share with you soon, so please look forward to it. So that's all the news from the 2 of us today. So everybody was really surprised to see that character in the middle of that big, large picture they had a second ago. So next year looks to be an excited one. And do you have one final message before you guys go and head off? So let's start with you, Takano-san. Or sorry, Kanda-san, sorry. So we can only give you a little bit of information about this game right now, but we want you to know that the entire staff is for Resident Evil Village is doing our best to create the best survival horror Resident Evil game for you guys.
Rien à voir, je suis juste en train de lire le Twitter de Fall Guys et
we'll do our best to keep making it a sort of Resident Evil that is what everybody wants and is the sort of
infos sur la saison 2 vont tomber bientôt là.
Please stay tuned for more information. So next up is Pete. So we hope you look forward to more information about Resident Evil Village and the 25th year anniversary of Resident Evil. So that was all the information we have for you about Resident Evil today, but we hope you enjoyed it. Did everybody have fun? I can't believe that Papa, the character, was in the center of that big picture every foray. I was really surprised to see him there. So next, we have some information for you on Monster Hunter. So stay tuned. 25 years, wow. Anyway, it looks like our preparations are ready, so now we're going to move on to talk about Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Stories 2, which were announced
À partir de là,
just
ça m'intéresse
last
plus,
week.
hein, j'avoue.
So here to tell you about them are Monster
Déjà
Hunter Rise
que-
producer Tsujimoto Ryozo and
Aïe,
director
aïe, aïe,
Ichinose
aïe.
Yasunori. So could you introduce yourselves? I'm the producer Tsujimoto, and I am the director Ichinose.
Est-ce que c'est pas le moment où je raccrocherai les gants là?
It looks like they're still warming up, so like we just showed up here. Sorry. So I could sense the
Moi, je me demande
excitement
si on va
building
pas
up the
arrêter là,
moment
hein.
you arrived. There was all these really interesting and fun
Sans
comments.
déconner,
People are super excited to see this.
Merci Là, on n'a rien vu, le Resident Evil 8,
So,
hein.
what
Ils
sort
ont
of information do you have
parlé,
for
ils
us
ont fait
today?
blabla. Bon, bah, s'ils font la
So,
même chose,
We showed you
et
a
pour des jeux qui
Monster Hunter
m'intéressent
Rise
pas, moi, je préfère, je sais pas,
promotional video
m'enfoncer
the
un
other
contenu dans
day.
le cul, quoi.
But this is one that actually is slightly different. We've updated the gameplay footage in it. So this is the TGS 2020 edition of it. So I hope you enjoy.
Regardons ça, et je pense qu'après, ça part. Hein. Moi non plus, Sleep. Oh là là, mais la compression vidéo, c'est pas possible. C'est sur Switch par contre, hein, ça je crois. C'est pas ouf graphiquement, mais bon, on parle de la Switch, donc finalement c'est pas mal. Ça a l'air pas mal. Je pense que là, les fans, ils doivent être en train de mouiller dans leurs pantalons. Je pense que là, vous voyez, il faut qu'on s'arrête sur un point positif, quoi. On va s'arrêter là-dessus. On a vu tellement de belles choses, je pense que faut pas qu'on parte avec une mauvaise image. Ah oui, un chien et un chat, c'est parfait. Allez, oh oui, oui, trop bien, génial. Je vais vous faire des bisous. Je vous dis à tout à l'heure, ce soir pour Among Us après Koh-Lanta, 23h et quelques. Et puis voilà. Peut-être qu'on fera une...
Wow.
Non, je crois pas qu'on fera de partie avant. Non, 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 ce sera, voilà, vers 23h et quelques Among Us. Je vous fais des bisous. Resident Evil 8 dimanche. Bye bye.
There was some new
Tchuss.
gameplay footage in there.